All right, first lab, we're going to be working from the textbook. I've given a couple of videos already. I'm in Blackboard right now, so you can see week 9 or lab 9, Revit 2016. I've placed a bunch of files up here. Also got 2 videos, an overview and a massing exercise that you can go over. For today's lab, we're going to work in exercise 2-2. We can download all of these, but I'm just going to grab this one, right click, and we're going to say save link as. If you're in Windows, that should be an option. I'm just going to put this in a CIE 101. I've created a Revit files folder. I just go back here, desktop, just to show you Civil 101, Revit files, and I've downloaded exercise 2-2 right there. I'll actually delete that and just rewrite it. Yes. So that's in the file. So I'll close out of Blackboard. And we're going to start on page 2-12. This is in chapter 2. It's exercise 2-3. It's adding an in-place mass. So I've got Revit opened up here. There's my file. I'm just going to reopen it again so it's new. There's Revit 2-2. From that location, just say open. And there it is. These tags out here are elevation markers, so they're fine. So if we start out following in the book, we're going to open the file. We're going to activate level 1, which is already is. You can tell it's bold, so that's the level that we're in. And we're going to select our massing and site plan. We're going to do an in-place mass, which is right here. It's going to give us this warning. We'll just close it out. It's just telling us it's going to keep it visible, and if I don't want to see the warning anymore, I can. But I want to see it for now, so just close that out. We're going to name this one Mass 1. So if you look on page 2-13, number 6, enter Mass 1 as the name. It's already been done here, so we just say OK. And we're going to select our line tool. Now drawing in Revit is pretty easy actually. So as I left click over near this bar and just pull it straight up, I'm going to go up a distance of 30 feet. So this, as I'm zoomed out, it's going in increments of 6 inches. So there's 30 feet. Going over 12'6". Right there. We go up a distance of 10. These dimensions are all shown on page 2-13, item 9. We're in imperial mode. We're going down a distance of 125. And then as we come down, I don't have to look anymore. It'll actually find that location for me with these green arrows. Over again, 12'6". Down 30. Over 12'6". Down 10. Over 125. Up 10. And back to the beginning. Now, what we're going to do now is go to our, and make sure you had the chain turned on, which it is anyway in the default, but just that's part of the instruction. So we're going to go to our 3D default mode, and I'm going to cancel twice, so you can hit the escape key to get out of the line drawing. And we're just going to select this whole thing, and then it gives us the option to create a form. Now we're going to move to the next page. We're on item 13. It says create form. I want a solid form. The difference between a solid form and a void form will make a hole in an element, whereas a solid form is actually a positive. So we're going to select create form, solid form, just left click on it. It comes up, and then we just select the green finish mass box, check mark, and there's our box. It's actually a building. If we want to look at it in a shaded mode, or constant colors, or realistic, and if you hold down your shift key, you can spin it around, or you can use this mode here. There's your top view, west view, east view, in our home view, which is the isometric. Okay, so now we're going to move to exercise 2-4, which is reinforcing the following skills: showing a mass, aligning, modifying a mass, making a mirror copy, creating the form, and saving the view. Okay, so we've opened this up. It says open exercise 2-3. Well, we've actually got 2-3 here, and we're going to look at it in the east elevation. So if you look over here on the side of your project browser, you'll see elevations, and I just want to go to east. And that shows us some levels. Now the book shows a level 3. We don't have one here, so we need to create one. So I'm going to go to my View tab, and I want to create an elevation. Whoops, maybe that's under Architecture. Oh, there it is, Level. So I'm just going to come over here, and I'm going to start over on this side, and we want to go up a distance of 12'6". Left click, bring it all the way over until it lines up with, it'll line up with that one. It says level 3. Now we want to adjust the horizontal position. Just hit your cancel twice and you get out of that. So now we've got our 3 levels. So again, we went to Architecture, added a level. So these are elevation levels or floor plans. You'll notice now I have level 1, level 2, and level 3 over here. Looking on page 2-16, it says go to the Modify. And so we'll select the Modify tool. We're going to select the Align tool. And it says when using Align, the first element selected acts as the source. The second element selected shifts position to align with the first element. So if I click on this, this is my source, and this is my line. And what that did is it dropped it down. It aligned it with that elevation. I don't need to lock it, so I'm just going to right click, hit cancel, and that brings me back to where I should be. The lock would constrain or lock the top of the extrusion to the level of elevation changes, then the extrusion will automatically update. So now we're going to activate level 2. There it is. So instead of on the ground level, we're actually in the middle. And we're going to do another in-place mass. And this one's a little funkier. So we're going to go to our massing in site, in-place mass. And we're going to name this one Tower. So just T-O-W-E-R. Hit OK. And we have our drawing tools. And we want to locate the intersection between the 2 corners because those circles are going to end up here. So we need the intersection between this line and this line. So I'm going to use my Pick Line tool, which is right here. And I'm going to pick this line and this line. And then I'm going to select the Circle tool. This is item 14. Bring it down. And there's the center of my circle. I'm going to bring it out to a radius of 16. Right there. And then it says I want to cancel out of the command. Cancel twice. Select the circle sketch so it's highlighted. Right here. We're going to do a mirror tool. And I'm going to use this mirror here. We're going to find the midpoint. Right there. See the triangle shows up? That's midpoint. Just draw a line straight down. Left click. And that creates a mirror of that circle on the other side. So we're going to move to page 2-18. We're actually down to 23. We're going to switch to our 3D view again, which is right up here. There you can see our 2 circles. It says select one of the circles so it is highlighted, because you can only extrude one at a time. I'm going to select this one, create form, say solid form, okay, and left click, and then it says select the remaining circle, and whether I need to hit enter, probably not. We're going to create a form, solid form, gives you the option of a cylinder down here, and you can just place enter and enter to accept the default height. Whoops, didn't want to do that. Both circles are now extruded, so now we select finish mass up here, and that will finish it up. And I want to take this back to a hidden line view. It says activate the south elevation. Here's our south elevation. And we want to use the align tool to align these cylinders to the top floor. So we're going to select, that's weird. They show up here, don't show up there. Oh, there they are. They were just hidden. South elevation. So again, we're going to select the align tool. This is what we want to align to, and this is the line we want to align. And do the same thing over here. This is the line. That's what we want to align it to. So that lines everything up with the third floor level. Switch to our 3D view. Again, I can just click the little house up here. And go back to the original. Now we have these towers out on the wings of our building. To save the view orientation, right-click on the view cube. So I think we want it to look like this. Yep. Right-click and say Save View. And we're going to call it 3D Ortho. Don't need the 1 there. And just say OK. All right. The shaved view is now listed on our 3D views. If I hit this little plus sign there, we have 3D view. So if I hit 3D, I see that 3D ortho is actually the same thing. Now we're going to save this view. Is now listed in the project view. We're going to save the file. We don't need to save it as a new name. And we're going to move on to exercise 2-5. So I'm going to do a file, save, right now. And then we're going to move on to this exercise. Reinforces the following skills: wall by face, trim, and show mass. So we activate the 3D view. We're already in it. And we're going to select the wall tool under architecture. Oh no, we're going to go to massing and site. And we're going to select wall by face. It's just a different way to do it. And we want to always check these. Level's going to be automatic. It's using a basic generic 8-inch wall, which is fine for now. And finish face exterior. So this is going to be the exterior of the wall. Then all we do is enable the pick faces option, which is right here. Pick lines. Oh, actually pick faces right here. Pick faces. So there's a face. If I click it, you'll notice it makes a wall there. We're going to click a face here. Face. Face. We're going to do our circles. Not sure if we need to do those inner corners. So that creates the walls all the way around. It says some students will accidentally pick the same face more than once. You will see an error message if you do that, meaning there's overlapping or duplicate lines. So it says select each wall, so maybe we should almost, yeah, I don't think we need these two here. I'm not going to bother with those. And now we're going to go to, it says select any visible mass, which is, I'm going to try to find it. See if I can get a hold of it here. Maybe I got to cancel that. There we go. There we go. So now, there we go. Visible mass. Just grabbing that corner. Just right click and say hide in view elements. So those are gone. Now we're going to do this one. Right click, hide in view elements. So all we're left with now is just the walls. Now it says go to level 1. So we're going to go over here to level 1. And we're going to select the filter tool. And I always have trouble. It says window all around. I'm going to select all these walls. Select the filter. And uncheck all the boxes except walls. So we're going to check that and just say okay. Now it looks like they had done those, so I'm going to go back and go back to my 3D ortho, and I want to see turn my units back on, so I'm going to go back here. It says reveal hidden elements, unhide in view, and I can take this and turn them back off. And I just need to go back to my massing in sight, click my walls, select by face. And I'll go ahead and make these just so we can follow the directions there. Now I can click this, hide it again, go to level 1, select my walls, filter, everything but the walls, and just say apply and OK. Now we're moving to page 2-24. In the properties, we're going to set our top constraint up to level 3. It says right click, hit cancel to release the selection. Hold down the control key and select the 4 walls indicated. Control. This one, this one, this one, and this one. Activate level 2. And then, okay, now it says, skip the portion there. I want those walls to set the top constraint to level 2. And then right click or select cancel to release, or left click in the display window to release the selection, which I just did. Activate level 2. Okay. in the Properties pane, set the underlay to none. Underlay to none. Okay. This will turn off the visibility of all entities located below level 2. Then it says on the ribbon, and we're looking for Show Mask by View Settings. So we're going to change this to Show Mask by View Settings. The view should look like this with the visibility of masses turned off. Activate the Modify ribbon, which is right here. And we're going to use our Trim tool. This one. Select the arc and wall indicated. So I'm going to select the arc and the wall. I'm going to select the arc and the wall. Arc, wall, arc, wall. Starting to look like Mickey Mouse. And we're already down to the bottom of the page 2-25. We're going to move to 2-26. Activate level 1. And in this level, it says you should only see the walls with no towers. There are some gaps where the towers overlap. Activate the Architecture ribbon, this one. Select the Wall tool in the Build pane, right here. There's our generic 8-inch wall. On the option bar, set the height to level 2. We are going to disable the chain. It's already off. And we're going to close these gaps. So now we're going to select just move it in. Select this wall to this wall. You'll notice it automatically will heal itself. And we're going to do the same thing down here. Just bring them over till they, whoops. Oh, I overlapped it. Just do a Control Z. There we go. So if you just hold in on this and pull it right down, you should see it heal itself. I'll hit Escape to get out of it. And now let's go to our 3D view. So if I go down here to 3D Ortho, double click it, and then we see our views, and they should look just like the one in the book. Okay? And that is the first 3 lessons in the mass elements on chapter 2. Next, we're going to add some doors. I'm not sure if we'll get to that in this view, but that's okay. We'll work on it next time. If we can get up to this point, I'll be happy. So that's it for this one. We'll actually be doing this in lab, so I'm just doing the video in case we need some backup. And that's it.